So I'm going to start by saying that this was not a video I was planning on making. But when I saw the sign up bonus offer for this card and looked at my own situation, I said, yeah, I'm definitely going to apply for this card. And we're going to watch me apply for this card, of course, but this was a really interesting one because there were some new screens that I've never seen before in this application, so I'm super pumped to share this with all of you. And so first off, how did I stumble upon this offer? I was sitting at home, minding my own business, looking at credit card offers on an incognito browser on my computer because, well, that's just what I do in my spare time. I had just completed the Marriott Bonvoy business sign-up bonus, and I was also just about ready to finish my $15,000 of spend on the Hilton Honors business card as well for that free night award. So I was looking for a new sign-up bonus offer. My original plan was to get a retention offer on my American Express Morgan Stanley Platinum card, but sadly, no offers were available. So I wanted to get a sign-up bonus to work towards while I was waiting out my Chase 524 status, which is going to drop down to 424 this August. And that's when I stumbled upon this special offer of 100,000 membership rewards points after spending $10,000 in the first 6 months. Now at this point, I'm pretty used to seeing business cards with a higher minimum spend requirement, but usually there's only 3 months to get them done. And that much spend in that short amount of time can really get down to the wire, and I sometimes have to cut it real close. But having a whole 6 months to spend $10,000 is something that's definitely doable for me, and if I could also get 100,000 membership rewards points while doing it, well, I'd definitely go for that. And I'm sure some of you are wondering why I didn't go for the business gold offer for 130,000 membership rewards points after spending $10,000 in the first 3 months. And for me, I can spend $10,000 in the 4X category alone in 6 months organically. But if I had the 3-month offer, I'd probably have to push some unnecessary spending to get there. And so that's why I went with the 6-month offer instead. So to recap, I decided to apply for this card since I'm on the home stretch of gardening my Chase 524 status, but I still want to make sure I'm maximizing my spend with sign-up bonus offers. And because I'm over Chase 524, business cards are a great way to do this because not only do they have very lucrative sign-up bonuses, but depending on the issuer, they don't report to your personal credit report and add to your Chase 524 status. And American Express business cards are especially great because you only get a soft pull, so your personal credit score is also unaffected. Since we're on the topic of sign-up bonuses with the highest rewards, I want to briefly touch on the different cards I was eyeing before I decided to apply for the Amex Business Gold Card. I made a video earlier this year where I went over the best credit cards for a $15,000 purchase, and if you haven't seen that yet, I'll leave a link to it up top as well as down in the description below. And in that video, I cover the cards with the highest sign-up bonus offers, but of course, these bonuses also usually come with a higher minimum spend requirement. 2 of these cards are the American Express Business Platinum and the American Express Business Gold cards. And I want to touch on a very important characteristic about these 2 cards in particular. As we all know, American Express has its once-in-a-lifetime rule where you can get 1 sign-up bonus per card per lifetime. And if you look at the specific offer terms on the card you're applying for, you can find that block of text as the first paragraph in bold right before the sign-up bonus offer information is presented. And this is important because these 2 American Express cards sometimes have sign-up bonuses that are offered using no lifetime language. What this means is that the specific block of text that uses lifetime language is missing. So in these cases, you can potentially apply for a card with this no lifetime language and still get the sign-up bonus offer even if you had this card already. So the next question is, how do you get these offers? Well, they usually come in the form of promotional materials like through snail mail or email, but there's actual direct website links that you can use to get them as well. And for your convenience, I provided those publicly available links for you down in the description below in case you're interested in some of these no lifetime language offers. And I bring this up because as someone who loves a good sign-up bonus, I want to keep track of which of these business cards I've applied for and whether or not I've also used a no lifetime language offer. So looking at my current setup, I currently have the American Express Business Platinum card, and I got this through a no lifetime language offer. That means I can apply for the Amex Business Platinum again in the future with the regular offer, and I should still be able to get that sign-up bonus. And concerning the Amex Gold card, this is my first application for this card, so I could go with the public offer, which could be the standard Elevate offer, or the no lifetime language offer. So what do these 2 offers look like? The no lifetime language offer is pretty strong and is currently to earn 90,000 membership rewards points after spending $10,000 in purchases in the first 3 months. But that's not all. The second part of this is to add an employee card at the time of application and spend $1,000 in purchases on this new card in the first 3 months to get an additional 5,000 membership rewards points, totaling 95,000 points for $11,000 in spend. But when I looked for the standard offer in an incognito browser, I found this special offer where I could get 100,000 membership rewards points after spending $10,000 in the first 6 months, and this was by far the better deal, and so I went with this one. And so by showing you this, you can see why it's so important to evaluate all your sign-up bonus options at the time of your application so you can pick the most valuable sign-up bonus offer. Okay, so before we dive into this application, I want to give you some brief pre-application stats so you can have a better idea of what I'm working with. My credit score is 796 on Experian, 822 on TransUnion, and 825 on Equifax. And my hard pulls are 2 on Experian, 1 on TransUnion, and 0 on Equifax. My last application for an Amex credit card was the Bonvoy Business Card in March of 2023, and my last application for an Amex Charge Card was the Business Platinum Card in September of 2022. I have 5 American Express credit cards and 3 American Express Charge Cards. And my recent credit cards, which only include the ones that show up on my personal credit report, are 0 in the last 6 months, 2 in the last 12 months, and 5 in the last 24 months. I also want to quickly cover the American Express Gold Card as well, since it's a little different from the personal version. Now, this card has an annual fee of $295, and although it does have no foreign transaction fees, great travel benefits, purchase protection, and extended warranty, it doesn't have any statement credits to offset the annual fee like the personal version of this card does. So that means you'll have to essentially rely on the multipliers after year 1 to get any real value on this particular card. So the multiplier structure is pretty interesting, and it's presented in a choose your own adventure format, getting you 4x points back on your top 2 business categories with 1x points back on everything else. And these 4x categories are airfare purchased directly from airlines, U.S. purchases on advertising and select media, including online, TV, and radio formats, U.S. purchases made directly from select technology providers of computer hardware, software, and cloud solutions, U.S. purchases at restaurants, including takeout and delivery, U.S. purchases on shipping, and U.S. purchases at gas stations. And the 4x multipliers applies to the first $150,000 in combined purchases from these 2 categories each calendar year. So looking at the 4x multiplier categories, this card is best used with primarily US purchases. Now, since I'm getting this card primarily for the sign-up bonus, what's really going on here is that I'm buying 100,000 membership rewards points for that $295 annual fee. Of course, keep in mind I'll also be getting at least 10,000 more points since I'll also be meeting that $10,000 minimum spend requirement. And so now that we know why I want this card, what its purpose is going to be, why I chose the elevated offer with lifetime language, and my pre-application stats, let's dive right into the application. Okay, so here we are in my incognito window with this special sign-up bonus offer. So I'm going to first click on this button here on the bottom left that says Apply Now. And since I'm already an American Express business customer, it looks like I can select the correct business to pre-populate the application. And so I'm going to select the business that's also associated with my Bonvoy business card and then click Pre-fill. Okay, so here we are on the main application page. I say this with every one of my Watch Me Apply videos, and I'm going to say it again in this one. This is the time to make sure you have the right card with the right sign-up bonus. And you can see that we still have the special offer available on this American Express Business Gold Card, earning 100,000 membership rewards points after spending $10,000 in the first 6 months, so we're good there. You can see that the application has been pre-filled with a lot of the typical information, but there's still some info that you manually have to enter. This includes your total annual income, the business name on the card, and your DBA if you have one. Other information that you need to provide includes your company structure and confirming the amount of ownership you have in the company. You also want to fill out your annual business revenue, your federal tax ID, which is your EIN, as well as your specific role in the company. So I'm going to do all that real quick, and then we're going to come back to submit this application. Okay, so I just did that, and after reading the terms and conditions, it's time to move on. But wait, do you notice something different on this particular application? Instead of saying submit or submit application, this button actually says accept this offer, which maybe it's just me, but it kind of implies that I'm already approved and I just have to accept this offer to get it. So I'm not sure what that's all about, but keeping that in mind, let's click the button here and, well, accept the offer in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so this is great. It looks like they want us to add some employee cards, and that's always a good sign that if American Express is asking you to add authorized users or employee cards after the application is submitted, you're likely approved for the card. And interestingly, you can see here that at the very top of the screen it says, "Good news, you are approved for," and then they put my business name on the top there. So it looks like I'm approved, and that is awesome. Now, I don't plan on adding any employee cards to this account, but just in case you're curious, if you wanted to get an employee card that looks just like your gold card, it's going to cost you $50 per year, although additional gold cards would not have any additional fees. On the other hand, you could just get a business green rewards card, which has no annual fee, but still carries the same multiplier benefits. And these employee cards, whether it's the gold or the green version, have the same multiplier structure like I said before, so spending that extra $50 is purely an aesthetic choice. So again, we're not going to apply for these right now, so let's just go down here and then click Not Now. Okay, so we're at the final page here where it says, "Thank you, we have received your information," and it looks like I was officially approved, so very, very nice. And of course, it looks like I could get my card number now if I wanted to use this card before getting it in the mail. And so just so all of you know, I do typically go through the process of getting my card number early, but in practice, I typically just wait for the card to arrive in the mail before using it. And since I have 6 months to meet the minimum spend requirement, I'm not really in any rush, and I don't mind waiting for the card to arrive before starting to work on this elevated sign-up bonus. So this application turned out to be a lot better and easier than the ones I've previously shown on my channel, where I've had to jump through a lot of hoops with American Express to turn multiple denials into approvals. This is because the American Express Business Gold Card is a charge card, and my previous applications were credit cards, and American Express places a limit on the total number of credit cards you can have with them at one time. And for me, that number is 5 credit cards. And American Express also limits the number of charge cards you can have, but that maximum number is 10, so I'm good there. And so that was my application process for the American Express Business Gold Card. Now, if you think you have a large purchase coming up, say about $15,000 or more, and you want to get the most value from that spend, check out this video next where I go over the credit cards and the best sign-up bonuses to get for a $15,000 purchase.